throughout Central Tennessee.
Live at 5 at WCTE PBS. We're so glad you could join us. We've got great things in store for you this afternoon, and we'll hope that you'll find what we can share with you from our great guest, some information that will be helpful to you. Our first guest is Wayne Neighbors. Wayne Neighbors is the Putnam County Clerk right here in Cookville, Tennessee. Wayne, how are you?
I am blessed abundantly. How about you?
I'm the same, brother. I'm the same. So good to see you.
It's great to see you guys and great to be here today. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we were just so lucky to find out that you could join us. So I wanted to talk with you because we were seeing blue in Putnam County. And that means a lot of things. But right now we're talking about license plate tags. Excuse me.
We are. Beginning the 1st of January, we started for all the folks who have a regular license plate, just the everyday license plate. As their plates come due, we are issuing them the new blue plate that came out as of January the 1st. There are two different kinds of blue plates, and some folks, it's been a little bit of a confusion. The governor's press release came out with one plate, but there's actually two plates. So
there's two plates, not one.
There is two plates, not one.
Okay, so tell me about the difference. And if I go in and I want A or B, what do I need to do to be sure I get what I want?
Well, today with me, I have brought an example of both. So here we go. This is just the regular plate. You can see it. If you see the TriStar in the middle, I don't want to cut my face off necessarily and leave my hair, but you know. But you see the TriStar on the regular plate, "In God We Trust" is not there. But on this plate, this plate is the same structure pretty much, but across the TriStar you see "In God We Trust." Now the difference except that is "In God We Trust" plates have 3 numbers and 4 letters. The regular plate has 3 letters and 4 numbers. They had to do that to keep a difference in the plate, so it would be that way. But that's the only difference is the "In God We Trust" plate or the "Not In God We Trust" plate.
Do they normally give us options like that, or is this something new that they rolled out this year so that people can have this choice?
It is somewhat new. About 4 years ago, the legislature actually passed that we could start the second option of an "In God." We've actually had an "In God We Trust" plate for a regular plate for about 4 years, but most folks didn't know that. The older plate, it was the greenish looking, had a little Tennessee in the middle. Well, when they decided to do the new "In God We Trust" plate for then 4 years ago, they just started sticking over the Tennessee "In God We Trust." So, but it wasn't really noised abroad. People really didn't know it. But this time there was 2 white and 2 blue color, and the governor put that out there and said, "Hey guys in Tennessee, vote on this and tell us which one you like." Well, overwhelmingly, the "In God We Trust" plate won out. So that's the one with this, and those are flying off the shelf, I'm telling you.
Well, those wonderful. So I assume that if you started this in January, everyone will have new tags by December of 2022. Is that correct?
They will if they have a regular plate. Now, even if you have a personalized plate, if you had a personalized plate that just simply said Donna on there, and it came due in June, the state's going to automatically make your brand new plate, and they're going to send it to me in May. So it will be ready for you in June. I have a personalized plate on my little toy Mustang that all guys have a little toy. And so it comes due in June, but I'll get that new plate in May and be ready. Now, all the other plates, if you see all these other kind of designs, None of those get new plates. It's only the regular. Everybody else is going to just get a renewal sticker this year. Only the folks with regular plates are going to get a blue plate this year. Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Wayne. Why do they do this, and how often do they come out with a new tag design, and how much time in advance do they have to start planning on this to go smoothly?
Actually, they want to do a new plate every 10 years. The last plate that we had was designed and came out in 2006. And that was kind of actually a Governor Bredesen one then. We're a little bit past the 10-year threshold of getting it done. This plate is actually, believe it or not, been in design for almost a year. We actually thought we were going to get new plates last January, but and we actually talked about it the one before. Then kabam, COVID hit and everything got put a hold on. And then the other thing was when the tornado came through and it touched in Nashville, the big warehouse or the big place that makes plates in Nashville got hit by the tornado and destroyed. So we had to do a plan B, and everything had to they had to get everything built back before we could do new plates. So it really delayed things.
So what about the snowbirds that are out of state? Will they be just writing in, requesting their tag, and you'll mail them? How does that work for those individuals?
They do. And in fact, we actually have, and I actually started this in 2010, but now it's really grown. Online renewals is amazing. So there's usually a bunch of snowbirds who will call me, or they'll send me and they'll say, "Hey, Wayne, we're in Florida. My plates expire." So I'll have them mail me for a renewal notice, mail me a check, make sure I got the right, correct address. We charge them a mail fee, and I'll mail them their new plate to Florida. And that way they can come back home with a valid plate, not be driving around illegal.
Oh my, we don't want that to happen. So what can we do, individuals that are going to get a new tag this year? We know that we can say we want plate A or plate B, in God we trust. But what else can we do to make it more helpful to you and your team?
And you know what? What we're doing today is wonderful, and I'm very grateful. Just getting the word out to people that says, and we have at every station at the office, we actually have these two plates. I've got them one on top of the other in a picture, and we ask everybody when they come in and say, "Ma'am, sir, would you like the one with In God We Trust or the one without In God We Trust?" And we make sure that we ask them. And we have thousands of people. I have a drive-through. It's on the first floor. We ask everybody in the drive-through, which one do you want down there? But getting the word out with this program out here is magnificent, because your information to folks lets them really understand, wow, Wayne and his staff are going to ask me which one do I want. And then I think it's cool that I can come today and show them these so they can really see right in my hand exactly what they'll get. So today's information is priceless for us. Thank you so much. Wow.
Well, thank you. So what hours are you open, if I may ask? Monday through Friday?
Yes, we're Monday through Friday. The lobby and the drive-thru though, we're open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Now on Fridays, and this was a promise that I made 20 years ago when I first got there, that I would keep the drive-thru open till 5:30 on Friday afternoons, and we still do that. So tomorrow we'll be open till 5:30 in that drive. The lobby will close at 4, but we'll keep that drive-thru open until 5:30. And it is amazing how many folks come through there, because there's a lot of folks that maybe they don't get off till 4 or 4:30. And it's just make it real convenient for them to come through and for us to take good care of them. Yeah.
Wayne, I want to thank you so much for, coming and visiting with us, sharing the information. I think it's good that the viewers know now what to expect when they walk into your office. But I'd like to ask you a personal question. You said 20 years you've been doing, or you've been in this position. Is that correct?
Yes. I first got elected and came into office September the 1st of 2002. So I'm finishing, this is my 20th year being county clerk.
20th year. Well, you're doing great. Thank you to
Thank
you,
you.
your staff. I think the
Appreciate
plates look great. We're just so excited to get
Well, thanks.
ours. And I hope you'll come back and visit us very soon.
If
We're
you
gonna-
ask me, I'll come out back.
Hey, we might just do that. We might ask.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank
We're
you for the
gonna-
opportunity to come today.
Thank you, Wayne. We're going to take a short break, so don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back at Live at 5. Can he go now, or should I tell him, or will you tell him what do we need to do?
Good evening. I'm Lindsay Pride, editor of the Herald Citizen, with your story of the week. Affordable housing is getting harder to find in Cookville. A Tennessee Tech sociology graduate said that the landlord of her 2-bedroom apartment on 10th Street emailed her earlier this month to tell her that the rent would go from $1,200 a month to $1,700 a month, an increase of 41%. Cassidy Richards said she makes $15 an hour working in an accounting firm and splits the rent with her boyfriend, who manages a retail store. After the couple considered the cost of moving to a new apartment, they decided to stay, even though that meant working more hours each month and giving up things like dining out and television subscription services. However, after they questioned the rent increase, the landlord responded by telling them they would no longer be offering them the option to renew their lease. Richard said they now have 1 month to come up with a security deposit and first and last month's rent for a new place to live. Several local officials said they've received complaints about an increase in rental prices in Cookville. Luke Eldridge, the housing program manager for UCHRA's Substance Abuse Solutions, said the city doesn't have the housing market that we need, especially for those middle-income earners. Richard said the reason she and her boyfriend decided to rent instead of trying to buy a house was that they can't afford the required down payment, unlike her parents who made modest incomes in the 1980s. Unfortunately, the rising cost of housing isn't just a local problem. A December story in the Wall Street Journal said the cost of rent is where many Americans are most feeling the rise in inflation. You can read more about this story at herald-citizen.com and in our Wednesday print edition. Thank you and good night.
Welcome to your PBS Passport Update. I'm Josh Deepin with WCTE PBS. This month we have no shortage of long-awaited season premieres. All Creatures Great and Small returns for its second season. If you are already a member of WCTE PBS or are planning on becoming one, you can stream the entire first season right now or whenever you please with your Passport membership benefit. In addition, starting on January 9th, you can watch every single episode of All Creatures Season 2 only on Passport instead of waiting around for broadcast every Sunday. For the mystery lovers, Vienna Blood also returns for its second season premiere. Set in the illustrious backdrop of Austria's opulent capital, the show follows Max and Oscar as they investigate the death of a Hungarian countess. As with All Creatures, you can watch all of Season 1 on Passport right now and all of Season 2 the night of the premiere. Finding Your Roots Season 8 premiered for broadcast on January 4th. Stream full episodes of past seasons now with PBS Passport. Episodes of Season 8 will be available with PBS Passport soon. Other programming available only with Passport includes the 5-part miniseries Nova Universe Revealed, as well as specials focusing on black holes and the Big Bang. If you are interested in becoming a member of WCTE PBS to receive the added benefit of Passport, you can do so by scanning the QR code below using your smartphone or by going to wcte.org/passport. We want our members to enjoy the digital content WCTE PBS has to offer to the Upper Cumberland region and to enjoy the additional content that may not air on television or that you may have missed. Make sure you stay tuned for the next Passport update. Till then, I'm Josh Deepin. Have a great weekend, stay safe, and keep streaming.
Welcome back to Live at 5 at WCTE PBS. I'm so happy to have our next guest with us. His name is Tyler Smith. Many of you may know him, but he's the director at the Putnam County Emergency Management. Hi, Tyler.
Hello.
Hey, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much again for saying yes to our invite to be our guest. I kind of have this question. Many may know this, but you have been a part of the emergency management team for quite some time. Did you just choose this as a career? How did this fall in place for you?
Yeah, I've been in emergency services for 36 years now, and I've been director of emergency management for 25. I grew up in emergency services. My dad was director of civil defense back in the 70s. He was actually the first fire chief of Putnam County. They started the fire department. But yeah, I grew up at an early age, 10, 11, 12 years old. I was actually riding with my dad in fire trucks. So that was something that many young kids wouldn't get to do. Yeah, I grew up in emergency services, and that's sort of been my goal is being in that for several years now. And when my dad passed in '95, I applied for that position, and luckily I got that. So here I am.
What special memories you have to take with you forever and always. And you've done a great job. And 36 years of service, that's a lot. Thank you so much again. So I kind of want to talk about a little bit, what is a typical day? And because we know in January, we have had some wintry weather. It's been snow, it's been ice, and then, snow flurries and a little bit more ice. And it's January. We're third, fourth week in. Tell me how those 3-4 weeks have went for you and your team, and just kind of when you start seeing these things, how does this develop and grow, and what does your team do to help us?
Yeah, anytime there's severe weather, whether it's tornadoes, severe thunderstorms, or winter weather, we're in the office monitoring that. We can also monitor that from the home, also after hours. But if it's severe enough that we need to come into the office, we can come in and monitor that in our severe weather operations center, where we have multiple computers and different apps and different programs that we use to monitor that. And we also keep up with the updated weather information from the National Weather Service. So we stay close contact with them through what's called Weather Chat. And it's a program that a lot of emergency managers across the state use for the Weather Service. And it's just great to have that one-on-one contact if we need to talk to them directly, or they directly talk to us, or we can do that. But yeah, we keep up to date on any type of weather changes. We send that out to the public as needed.
And how do you send that information to the public? What's the primary way that you get that to us?
Yeah, they can subscribe to Smart 911. A lot of folks have done that. We also have a program called Nixle. It's a text messaging system. It's free. We also have our weather app, our EMA app that people can download on their smartphones. And we also use social media a lot to do that and let people know what's going on.
So I know I tend to lean on social media a great deal for updates, especially if I know that, there's some weather looming that it might not be favorable, but we shouldn't just depend on the cell phone, should we?
No, that's one thing that, people rely on those cell phones, and sometimes those cell phones don't work. During the tornado we had in March of 2020, cell towers were damaged, and those alerts didn't get out to the phones quick enough. And so you always need an alternate way of receiving weather alerts. And we ask folks to get those no weather alert radios that you can get in any electronics store. They're about $30, but they're battery backup, and we recommend for any home to have those. Just as important it is when for a smoke detector, you have that weather radio also.
And is your team, can you help someone, so let's say they buy that alert radio, I've heard people talk about a code has to go into them, they get a little bit confused. Is that something you could assist the public with?
We can, and they've changed that now. They're easier to program. All you do is select your state and your county, and it's on the code's already in radio, so you don't have to enter those codes like you used to. But yeah, we program those for free. We have people all the time bringing them in for us to program.
That's wonderful, because I have heard that, and I've always been hesitant as myself because it can get complicated, but I know you guys are always there to help. And speaking of that, when we're in these situations, is there somebody monitoring 24/7 with your team? I know you mentioned that some of this can be done at home, but kind of was curious how that's handled.
Yeah, we can monitor from home, or we constant contact with weather service on cell phones. They can send us text, and we update. Anytime there's severe weather or any updates from the weather service, we send that out. But yeah, we monitor 24/7, and if we need to, we'll come into the office and work from there.
Okay, so what can we do as viewers, as people in the area? We're under this severe weather warning watch. what should we do, and what is most helpful to you during these times from us, the viewers?
Yeah, damage reports is really crucial because if we have trees down across roads or if we have homes that are damaged, we need to know that information so we can relay that to the Weather Service. They'll send teams out to survey that damage, but we also need that report into our office. So that helps a whole lot when people report that damage, or maybe a tree across the road, or there's flooding in a road that's blocking that road. So yeah, that helps a whole lot, the damage reports.
Is there any interfacing between your team and maybe like the police department or the fire department? Or do we as viewers, people that might be coming or have information to share, can you send it to one agency and they'll get it together? How closely do you work together?
We work real close with each department, and there's times we'll get phone calls for a tree down, and we relay that onto the county highway department or the public works department. But yeah, anytime somebody needs to report something, then feel free to call our office. Power outages, most of the time they're going to call the electric department, but we do receive calls from power outages. People can't get through, and they'll turn around and call our office. But yeah, we relay all that information to each department.
Yeah. So what number do they call if they see a tree down, some of those things like that going on? How should they contact you the best way?
Yeah, they can call our office at 931-528-7575. That's our local number.
And you also mentioned email. How would they email?
Yes, the email is btsmith@putnamcountytn.gov.
And on social media, you have a page on Facebook. Do you also have one on Instagram, or is it just Facebook? Because I see at times people will post pictures there that might tell you what the situation is and the location.
Yes, we have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So yeah, we use that quite often.
And do people monitor that a lot so you would know?
Yes, they do. And the thing is, with the Facebook and the Twitter, it's automated, so we don't have to enter that information. When there's a warning that goes out, it's automatically sent to that page. So it's instant when that warning is issued. They can monitor Facebook and get that information up to date.
Oh, that's good to know. I didn't realize that. So you have that automated.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's wonderful. So, of course, we're kind of all wondering what's in the forecast for us and what are you monitoring right now?
Yeah, this season's been really crazy. It's this is the worst January since '84 that we've had snows. This time of year, but we've had multiple snows, and there's next week should be a little warmer. Maybe some threats for some severe weather midweek. So we're going to be monitoring that. The Weather Service is saying it's too far out, which it is, to know exactly what it's going to be doing. But there is a strong cold front next midweek that we're going to be watching for severe weather.
So there's an Arctic cold front coming in. I'm hearing that. Maybe some snow flurries. By the time we get to Sunday, we got sunshine.
It's supposed to start warming up and maybe near 60 midweek. So that's where our storms are going to start, coming in. So that's one thing we're going to have to watch. But yeah, it's warmer than what we've had.
So I understand in the past that you used, are they storm spotters? Is that something that your team is in charge of, and do you still utilize them as much?
Yeah, that's through the National Weather Service, and each year we have classes through the National Weather Service to train for storm spotting. And it's not storm chasing; it's storm spotting. You recognize the cloud formations and what to report and what not to report, and that goes straight to the Weather Service. So it helps them determine when there's a tornado forming, because the further out from the radar site, it's harder for them to detect small tornadoes. So that's why they need spotters out in the field to relay that information to the Weather Service.
So what do you think a spotter needs if they are interested in this position? Very detailed, or just can get up and go real quick? What's the perfect person for that position, briefly?
Yeah, the best thing is, is to get trained in it, and, don't be a storm chaser. That's not what it's, like I said, it's not what it's for, but it can be dangerous. Spotting at night is dangerous because you can't see it, the tornadoes much. You have to look for power flashes, wait for the lightning to flash to see the clouds. So there's things that the Weather Service will teach you in that class. It's safety, for you to be safe during the times that you're spotting. But it is a great program. We recommend folks that they're interested in doing that to sign up for that through the Weather Service.
Well, again, Taylor, I want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for sharing the wonderful tips about the weather alert radios. And thank you for your service, your team, and all that you do, because you're there and we're counting on you in severe weather times. And thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the Sports Wrap-Up. I'm Noah McKay with the Upper Cumberland Reporter. Let's take a look around the sports landscape. The Cumberland County Lady Jets earned a huge district win over second-ranked Livingston Academy on Saturday night, 58-44. The win moved Cumberland County into a tie for first place in District 7 AAA. Elsewhere, the Upperman Bees swept their matchups against DeKalb County and White County. The DeKalb County Lady Tigers earned an upset 42-40 win over Upperman. Clay County swept a doubleheader over Clark Range, and the Cookville Lady Cavs remain undefeated with a win over Mount Juliet and a 50-45 win at Knoxville Catholic. Looking ahead to Friday, Cookville will travel to Green Hill, Stone Memorial will host White County, Clay County will host Gordonsville, and Livingston Academy will host DeKalb County. Those games will be streamed live on the UCR Facebook page, with the girls' game set to tip off at 6 p.m. That was the Sports Wrap-Up. I'm Noah McKay. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Susan Luna Hazelwood, Director of Development and Marketing. As a member of WCTE PBS, I am grateful for the Passport member benefit. Our family is excited to watch the new season of All Creatures Great and Small with our newly adopted cat, Theo. Rescue pets rock. Adopt, don't shop.
My name is Donna Matson, Director of Human Resources and Business Operations with WCTE PBS. Did you know the broadcasting industry in Tennessee is thriving and offers exciting career opportunities? WCTE has immediate openings for your consideration. Benefits include health, dental, vision, life, retirement, sick time, vacation, holidays, and AFLAC. Visit WCTE.org. Come join our team. Thank you so much for joining us today at Live at 5, brought to you by WCTE PBS. We will return next week with a new host, new guest, and hopefully more information for you. We appreciate your support, and we just hope you'll continue to stay tuned and watch and learn and grow with us. From one neighbor to another, we count on you. Thank you so much.
From one neighbor to another, WCTE PBS is here for you. Join us back for the encore on Sunday at noon. A brand new show of Live at 5 will return at 5 p.m. next Thursday. Thank you for watching.